Hey guys, we're Evan and Katelyn, and today we are upgrading our pantry door because it used to be boring, and now it's really cool.
And you can do the whole thing with just some plywood, paint, and a few tools. I was checking the list in my head. I was like, it has to be longer, right? No, it's just plywood and paint.
Yeah, and a few tools.
Yeah, sure. There, let's go. So after diving into the wonderful world of door dimensions,
Get on down to Real Fake Doors, that's us!
we learned that standard doorknobs don't work if your door is thicker than 2 3/4.
Because we're upgrading our existing door, not building a new one, it can't be too thick. You lost your sandal.
I did. So that means we need to take standard dimensional lumber and somehow remove half of it.
So we whipped up this design, and we're gonna use 1/4-inch plywood to cut all of the little strips.
The easiest and probably cheapest way to rip this into strips is by using a circular saw and some sort of edge guide thingamangopper. There's a whole bunch of these out there. We're gonna use this Craig thing.
The reason we're not using the table saw is because it's big and kind of floppy and just,
The table saw's big and floppy?
it would just be awkward, and the other option felt safer.
That worked really well. It felt good, it felt secure. A few things I'd recommend: use all protection, eye, ear, mouth. Just practice safe woodworking. You can cut that out if you want.
Oh, I'm leaving it.
Another thing that we learned is while you're moving this along, you don't want to have a clamp down here. So just have 2 clamps here, 2 points of contact, then it won't wobble, it'll be nice and secure. But other than that,
So we realized that it's gonna be a lot easier to cut our strips to length if we can start laying them down and attaching them on the door. So we're gonna take this off the hinges and then prep it and then start attaching them as we cut them.
I'm just gonna, what?
How is it still attached?
Oh.
Okay.
Alright, so we've taken down all of the high spots. Everything is nice, smooth, and flush and ready for glue and then paint. So now it's time to miter up some of these to length and keep going.
You didn't know what you were saying.
Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh honey, though our friendship ceases from now on.
We're ready. First glue complete. Let's go into montage mode. Like the door.
The cool thing about this project is you can use a combination of this plywood and, what was other stuff?
Oh, trim.
Trim. And you can also add some trim to make it even fancier.
For our diagonal design, we're gonna take these strips and use 1/4-inch dowels to space them evenly down the door. Up the door. All around the door. Fast.
Yeah. Now it's time to get creative with this glue up. We have clamps that can reach here, right?
Maybe. So, we've been debating the best way to do this.
Well, poop.
Because we need these spacers in order to get all of these to fit correctly. But we don't want the wood glue to permanently glue the spacers in place. So what we're gonna do is wood glue and applying super glue.
I zoomed in really dramatically.
We're gonna use the super glue to clamp things in place.
Let's do super glue in the corners.
Hold it down for 30 seconds while the super glue dries.
Wood glue everywhere else.
Then remove the spacers before the wood glue dries. Hopefully everything should be okay.
Everything will be okay.
I'm nervous.
Let's do it! All right, now hold for 30 seconds. We should just like include all 30 seconds.
Maybe this is when we can run our Patreon shout out across the bottom of the screen.
Thank you guys for supporting us on Patreon. It feels like it's been 30 seconds. Alrighty.
How many more of these?
A lot.
Final piece of the puzzle.
This is looking so good. Does the supervisor find our work to be acceptable quality standards?
Okay, next up.
We are going to drill the hole so that we can add back this door handle so it's a usable door. So to get this hole in the right place, I'm gonna drill until the drill bit exits. Hey, and then we're gonna flip it and drill in this way so we don't have tear out on the back or the front. Yay!
Sweet.
Perfect. All right, I think the last modification, we need to make room for these hinges. So if you look right here, when we added this wood, we covered this up a little bit and it doesn't sit flush anymore. So we just need to remove this. And I'm gonna do that with a router real quick. Ooh, that's satisfying.
So now we're gonna patch some of the minor little gaps. We would normally probably use wood putty, but ours is, oh God. Oh, it's like fish.
It's dry. It looks like cat food.
We're gonna use this instead. I think this is maybe a little overkill, but it will dry in an hour and I don't wanna use cat food.
So we're trying to choose colors. So what are your general thoughts?
2 blue, 2 green, 2 green, 2 brown, 2 gray. Let's put them next to each other so if there's subtle differences, they'll come out.
All right, to the store. Bank. All right, so we have tested our 2 colors. It's hard to see.
Do they look literally the exact same?
Yeah, but I promise in person, this one looks better. Domino.
It is time to paint, which we're very excited for. So we could just do this with a roller and brushes, but we have all these little details. So for the first time, we are going to try a paint sprayer.
So anyone who's used these before is probably thinking, guys, you need to rotate it 90 degrees. And we know that now. We misread the directions and it worked okay still.
It's so pretty. Oh,
Ooh.
oh, it's so ugly.
Alrighty, 2 coats later. It's looking really good. We need to pop the hardware back on and then we hang it.
Nice.
Oh, it looks so crisp. Idea. We'll use my flip-flop as a height spacer.
Do you need more flip-flops?
I need more flip-flops. The flip-flop nation. Hey, one is in. The flip-flops are too high.
Whoa! Yeah!
Proper level of flip-flops. Time to drive in some pins.
Okay, Evan's tried not to look at this. You wanna look now?
Ah! It looks just as we imagined, but better. It looks even better in person. Like,
Look how professional and like upgraded that looks. Okay, let's see if the supervisor approves. Do you approve?
oh, the power of humble plywood and a little bit of elbow grease. Why was your elbow greasy? Well, I hope you guys are kind of inspired to maybe take on upgrading a door.
I kind of want to do all of them. I think it was really cool that the fact that it was a flat panel door actually made this project easier. So if you have cheap doors, this is the project for you.
Thank you guys for joining us on another episode, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye!
God dang it. Today we made a door.
And today,
Today.
and then it's like,
I know, right?
it requires, I don't know, because it was really boring. I thought I'd try something new. I don't know if it worked.